Welcome. This is Chris Stockdale, welcoming you to my second podcast from my science classroom. Today's lesson is an introduction to cells. After reviewing this podcast, you will be able to identify the organelle of both a plant and animal cell. Here is a list of our key terms that I will be introducing in this podcast today. These include animal cell, plant cell, organelle, cell wall, cell membrane, nucleus, cytoplasm, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, ribosome, Golgi body, chloroplast, vacuole, and lysosome. It is important that you familiarize yourself with these key terms to ensure that you are not lost through this introduction. If you need to pause it now, go ahead. This is a diagram interpretation of what an animal cell is believed to look like. As you can see, there are many parts that make up a cell, and without all of these parts, the cell would not be able to live or be considered an animal cell. This is a diagram of what a plant cells are believed to look like. As you may have noticed, there are differences between the two, but they both have many of the same parts, known as organelle. Here on this image, you can see that I have highlighted all of the organelle that you will find in these two types of cells. These cells share some of the same organelle, but are vastly different in their individual jobs. I will give you a moment to take a look at these. Beginning our explanation of cell organelle, we will start with the cell wall. The cell wall is only found in plants and is made up of a rigid structure that gives the plant cell its shape. These cell walls are what gives a plant its structure, without having a skeletal system. The cell membrane is found in both plants and animals and is the sac that holds all of the organelle found in the cell. Inside the cell membrane, you will also find the cytoplasm that holds all of the organelle safely and complete. The next organelle that I will speak about today is the nucleus. The nucleus is the brain center of the cell. This organelle is found in both plant and animal cells and is probably the most important of the organelle that I will speak about today. As I have already spoken upon cytoplasm, the cytoplasm is the liquid that fills the cell membrane. In this liquid is where all the organelles are stored. The cytoplasm protects all of the organelle from smashing into each other and damaging them. Mitochondria. Mitochondria are the organelles that are known as the powerhouses of the cells. In a nutshell, this is where sugar is converted to energy within the cell to power cellular respiration and other tasks that the cell needs to survive. A mitochondria can be compared to a lunchroom of a school, where the nucleus could be compared to the head office of the school. The endoplasmic reticulum is a passageway that carries proteins and other materials from one part of the cell to another. Endoplasmic reticulums are found in all cells, especially animal cells. The ribosomes in a cell are used to manufacture and produce proteins that are needed by the cell for its daily tasks and routines. The Golgi bodies, as you see highlighted here in this image, catch proteins and other stuff from the endoplasmic reticulum and repackage them to distribute them to other parts of the cells for their daily needs. Looking at the chloroplast, they are only found in plant cells. These organelles catch energy from sunlight and use the energy to make food for the cell. This process is also known as photosynthesis. Chloroplasts are filled with chlorophyll, which gives the plant leaves its green color. Vacuoles are known as the storage areas of the cell. Most all plants have one large vacuole. Now some animal cells have them and some do not. These vacuoles store the food and other materials that the cells need. Vacuoles have also been found to be used as waste storage in cells also. Lysosomes are small round structures that contain chemicals that the cell uses to break down different materials found within the cell. As you can see from this Venn diagram, there are only a few differences between animal cells and plant cells. For the most part, these two cells share the same types of organelle as described in the center circle of the diagram. I hope that you have found this enhanced podcast informative and educational, and I look forward to you seeing my future productions on this link. Thank you, and have a good day. This has been a production brought to you by Chris Stockdale, special education teacher in Owensboro, Kentucky. Thank you.